Welcome to the Mystic Millionaire podcast, where wealth is energy, success is a mindset, and abundance is your birthright. I am Danielle Amos, your host and mentor, here to help you unlock prosperity, embody confidence, and manifest a life you love. Take a breath, align with your truth, and let's manifest millions. This is the Mystic Millionaire podcast, and I am Danielle Amos, your host. Today's guest, we have Samantha Skelly, the founder of Breathwork, joining me here on the show. Samantha and I met about a year ago in person at an event in Calgary where she was facilitating a breathwork session. And I shared with her then, and I share with her today on the podcast about how powerful that breathwork session was for me. And I wasn't new to breathwork when I did the session with her, but there's something special, really special about Samantha. And her and I talk about that in the behind the scenes bonus episode for those of our subscribers. And inside the episode, Samantha shares her journey about why energy first. We talk about how success is 5% strategy, 5% of what you do, and 95% about the energy in which you do it. And we have a conversation about the power of breath work and how she's tried so many other things, and the only thing that worked for her was breath work. And then I kind of take it another route, and Samantha agreed to speak to me about her juicy relationship. And we talk about relationships in this podcast and masculine and feminine energy. And Samantha was gracious with her time as she was very vulnerable. We talk about how she's masculine in her business and how she has then learned and set a boundary, thanks to her now husband, about getting into her feminine energy at the end of the day. And she shares a practice with us that I know I'm definitely integrating into my own life and into my own home and my relationship. And it's very valuable. And then we talk about masculine and feminine in the way of money. And this is a conversation that I've been having behind the scenes with a lot of people, especially women leaders, making the money. And what happens if our partners aren't there yet? And I have a belief, thanks to one of my earlier conversations in Egypt, actually, about that we can become the muse for men. And Samantha describes how her husband and his business and his mission and his purpose has just exploded. It's such a juicy conversation. You're going to want to listen to the entire episode as well as get your hands on the bonus behind the scenes episode. So enjoy. Go follow Samantha at Breathwork on Instagram. All of her handles and her details are in the show notes. And thank you for being here. And thank you for listening. Samantha Skelly, thank you for being here on the Mystic Millionaire podcast. It's an honor and a pleasure. Thanks for making it happen.
Yeah, man. I'm so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be with you. And, everyone I speak to that knows you says such a similar thing of like, she's just the real deal. She's just so good. She's such an amazing human. So I feel honored that I get to be here with you.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything that you're doing in the world.
Well, thank you. I was just going to say, it's an honor to sit across from another woman living her dharma, her purpose, and knowing that we're like equal power, different, but like same mission, waking up the world, and yeah, I see you and I know I feel very much connected. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, sister.
So Breathwork. You were sharing in the behind the scenes that you were introduced to breathwork in Bali 17 years ago.
Yeah.
And that you saw the vision of having thousands of facilitators all over the world.
Yeah.
Incredible. So why, where are you going? First was Where's pause breathwork go from here?
You know, pause is this, it's almost like this otherworldly energy that is just constantly communicating to me, telling me what to do. Like in a beautiful way, you know? And that's sort of how my relationship with this company started. It was like, this is what it is. This is what it needs to do. Let's go birth it. Elizabeth Gilbert talks about this in Big Magic, right? Of like, it like comes onto you. And then it's like, if you don't, it's going to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so, oh God,
I just did a podcast on this.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Yeah.
Oh, so it dropped in and I was like, oh, we're doing this. And the visions were so big. It was like, so it dropped in when I was in the car. And it was so weird, this moment. I was driving from LA back to San Diego. The vision dropped in. The name dropped in. It was as if someone was sitting in my passenger seat. Like, that's how clear the download was.
Yeah.
And as soon as it sort of landed in my body and I felt the like electric pulse in my system, there was fireworks down the 5 going from LA to San Diego. And I'm like, there's no holiday today. Like, I remember calling my boyfriend at the time and I'm like, hey, is there some sort of American holiday? Because I'm Canadian. I was saying like, I don't know, maybe there's some American holiday on a Tuesday. Who knows? And he's like, no, I don't think so. No. And it was just like crazy, right? Yeah. I was like literally every 5 minutes there was fireworks. I was like, it's so weird. So I was woken up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single morning, just downloading. It's going to be an app and then a facilitator training. And then you're going to have this somatic coaching thing. And then we're going to do this. And then like the visions just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. And I just writing. And the curriculum for the Breathwork facilitator program, like I read through it now and I'm like, who wrote this?
Yeah.
It's so wild. Everything came from me, but it feels like,
of course.
So to answer your question of like where we're headed next is one of the things I'm so passionate about is helping people feel alive. You know, it's helping people heal burnout through breathwork and somatic healing so that they feel alive, so that they can just be on mission and they're just going without feeling blocked.
Yeah.
And my desire is to keep educating people and training them in this method because I've been able to see the insane impact of thousands of people in about 40 different countries now teaching breathwork and just seeing how impactful it is. And so what's next is just like keep following God and keep listening to this mission of where it wants to go and how it wants to manifest and just keep, holding the vision of heaven on earth, you know?
Yeah.
Like imagine if every human knew how to alchemize their triggers through their breath, through their body, realizing that their body is this vessel for transformation. Imagine the world we could create.
And I just got shivers. Like, imagine that they remember that it's right within them.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you know? It's like God gave us this ability to regulate our nervous system, heal our trauma, connect with infinite intelligence, manifest our greatest, wildest dreams. And we just forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot to breathe. We forgot that it's so simple. And sometimes the simplest things are the ones that are most overlooked, and then we don't do it. So then we overcomplicate and over-strategize our lives and compare. Gosh, comparison is the biggest thief of joy. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord.
It really does feel like breath work, it's just the beginning. Like, I know it's been around for a while, and yet there's so many people that don't know about it. We bring it into our retreats. Maybe you have to come to one.
I'd love
So
to.
yeah.
Go.
We bring it in, and for most of the people inside my world, I mean, it's changing a bit, I would say, but it's still, it's like the first time they'd experienced it. And
it's immediate.
Yeah.
The immediate remembrance of our divinity.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to believe.
And you can't deny, like, and this is the experience that I had with you, which I think was different in your session than I had in others. And I could feel the pulse of my energy, my own system in other sessions. But there was something that was like so transformative in yours that I came up to you right away. I was like, oh my, like it's just, I hadn't felt that a lot. It's the aliveness.
Yeah.
And perhaps it was the way that you held space to go as deep as I did in that session. I mean, I could think of lots of logical ways, but I'm just going to say it's like your magic. I have a question about your vision. I'm going to kind of turn the conversation a little bit. You had this massive vision and it was all downloaded. How the fuck did you not like like run away in fear. Like, who am I? Like all the imposter syndrome and all the stuff that comes up for people. Because we get these ideas all the time. I think most people, but how many actually execute?
Yeah. Imposter syndrome has never been my thing that I fuck with. I fuck with other things. Imposter syndrome is not one of them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I have other things that I work and work and work and work in my system in order to like, I've never had the thought, oh, I can't do that. Or who am I to do that? That doesn't spin me out.
Yeah.
So I feel like, and the reason why that doesn't spin me out is because I think the flip side of that is I'm terrified of not reaching my potential, which is something that I do get to work with, of like the innate fear of like, I'm running out of time. I'm only here for this amount of time. Like, I need to get this going. So I think like, I'm like, I don't have time to be an imposter. Do you know what I mean? But then that can be a distortion too, of like the fear of like, I don't have enough time to do all the shit that I need to do, right? And one of my mentors said to me the other day, he's like, it's all right. Just do it again the next lifetime. I'm like, oh, that takes the pressure off a little bit.
Yeah. Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm good at getting out of my own way, which is why I don't really struggle with imposter syndrome.
Do you get stuck in the how? Like when you had this vision of facilitators all over the world, but like, how are you going to reach them? Or do you have enough trust that you just kind of go for it? And
I really believe like the how and the what is not up to me.
yeah. Okay, good.
The why is up to me. You know, the when is up to God, whatever, universe, divine timing. And so again, coming back to vision of like, this is the vision that is in the world. And I'm so stoked to see how this is going to happen, which allows this sort of like this curious part of me is like, oh my gosh, I wonder how that. So for instance, okay, one of my visions right now is I want to fill the sphere full of 14,000 people and do like a breathwork activation with music and visuals and just turn that thing into like a freaking vibey like experience. Like I want to blend transformation with entertainment. And I see like Lindsay Sterling on the violin and I see Celine Dion singing at the end and I just see like so many people getting activated through this experience. I have no idea how that's going to happen, but I just keep holding the vision and keep taking like little steps. Like I just messaged Lindsay Sterling randomly on Instagram. And I was like, hey, you don't know me, but like you talked about breathwork in this one concert and I know about, and I'm like, and I really see like your music, you know, blending with breathwork really well, right? And then Celine Dion, I know her agent. So I reached out and I was like, hey, do you think Celine Dion would like ever do this? Like, so it's just about like the little hunches of like, go do this and go do this and go do this. And I spend way more time in the vision and the embodiment of my work than I do in the actual practical application.
Yeah.
I have an insane, amazing team that are all in their zone of genius, all contributing to the mission. And so one thing that I've really learned as an entrepreneur and as a projector is don't get in the weeds. Don't get in the shit. That's not your job. My job is like hold the vision, embody the energy, hold the mission, love people, just create the most amazing shit possible. And when inspirations come in, just like delegate. But that took me getting out of my people pleasing, hustling mentality, which I built all of my other businesses from that. Pause is the only business that I haven't built from that energy, but I still fuck it up sometimes. You know, I still mess it up. I still get in my own way. And so it's really about coming back to the energy, the alignment every single day. Yeah.
Well done.
I mean, dude, it's a journey.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
I hear you.
It's like my ambition can override my nervous system every day of the week if I let it.
Well, I got that sense because if you were saying like, there's not enough time, there's not enough time. Yeah. So the programming would have you hustle because there's not enough time.
Not enough time. Yeah. I'm going to die before I actualize my potential. Oh my God, that's going to be the worst. What if I don't come back? What if I'm a soul and I choose to not come back? Shit, I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to like do that event this year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's silly because it doesn't even matter, but it's like my little human pieces. And I got more. That's just one. Yeah. We can be here all day talking about my trauma.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for bringing that in for our listeners, the practical way too of how you get out of your own way. I mean, for a lot of
the people I work with, identity and imposter syndrome is a big thing. Thinking that they're not the one, or who am I to think to bring that dream to fruition. And I love that you admitted there's other shit in the way. Like,
Yeah, but I also want to give value. I want to give value to that because a lot of my clients struggle with that as well. And what I've found to be this may be why I don't struggle with imposter syndrome is what you just said, is the identity thing. It's like I decide in advance that it's already done.
Yeah.
And I decide in advance I am the one to do it.
yeah, you decide, so you take the power.
decide.
Yeah, it's conscious.
I decide. I'm like, this is happening. And there's something about that decision. Like when we take a stand for ourselves and we take a stand for what we're doing, and there is an undeniable, wobble-less dedication, there's no other plan B. There's nothing. So there's actually no room for imposter syndrome in that.
Yeah, love that. How do you get yourself to be at a point where that decision, where you know you've made that committed decision?
So it feels, it's more of a felt sense.
Yeah.
It's more of I close my eyes and I see the whole thing already done with no exceptions. But I create it.
And until you're in that place, do you continue to use tools like visualization?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That, like, I tune it up constantly.
Same.
It's not like I decide and, oh, we're good.
Yeah.
It's decide, lay the groundwork, become the version of you,
Yeah.
embody it fully, visualize, I do these little voice notes to myself 6 months in advance. I'm like, hey, babe, it's November 2025. I just want to let you know exactly what just happened. Okay, so you hired this person. They did this. We did this product launch. It went like this. We, did this deal. You booked this keynote. And I just fully say it as it is.
Yeah.
With such certainty. I get myself in a really vibey, powerful state. It's typically after I do a sauna cold plunge, get myself into a vibey state, and I just record myself and I listen to it every day.
Okay.
So it's in my consciousness, it's in my awareness, it's in my beingness, And if we're working those neural circuits in our brain, it's hard to bring in the negativity because we're so focused on this is the way it is.
That's so good. So that repetition is literally reprogramming
Every day. And it's little tiny things. There's little things that you can do where you stack affirmations or you stack little practices in the stuff that you already do in the day. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
So when I wake up, I sing a song to myself. I'm so happy I love my life. I'm so happy I love my... I just sing that to myself in the morning. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My husband's like, oh my God, here I go again. I breathe
Yeah.
because that really resets you and allows you to get into the parasympathetic nervous system right away, right? So 3 deep breaths, making sure that exhale is nice and long. And I'm like, I'm so happy I love my life. I'm so happy I love my... And so I'm in training my body. And then I get up and I just do some movement just to get some energy in my body. But it's little things like that. Or when I'm brushing my teeth, I turn that into a ceremony.
Yeah.
Brushing my teeth, closing my eyes, visualizing my dream life, my vision boards in our bathroom. So visualizing it or actually looking at it, right? It's taking these moments. When I go in the sauna, I turn that into a ceremony. How can we turn our lives into ceremonies and take these mundane things that we do anyways and turn them into these magical moments where we're ushering the energy in the direction of where we want to go? It just creates momentum, right? How is anything created? It's momentum. It's energetic momentum. And when we have enough energy going in this way, it's really hard. It takes so much to pull back. And so it's just about asking yourself, am I adding enough energy into the direction that I want to be going in every single day? And if not, find these little mini moments, these moments where we're doing our affirmations, 3 minutes of breath work or whatever it is,
It's so simple and it works.
Oh my
I do the
God.
same with my makeup. So I use
Really?
brushing my teeth as well. Yeah, I find the bathroom really great because we're there every day.
Oh, we're staring at ourselves.
Yeah.
Might as well do something while we're
Yeah. So putting on my makeup, it's like a makeover pretty
Yeah.
much. I on purpose decide who I'm being for the day. And I speak to myself in my eyes. And it's for me, remembering the truth of who I am. I call that the ultimate self-image. So that extension of God's source.
Yeah.
Then reminding myself of who I am and the goal achieved and pulling that version of me into the now through the makeup. And
That is so good.
so I resonate with what
That is
you're
so
saying,
good.
the habits.
Yeah. I think there's this idea in business, right? Of like, oh, she must know something that I don't know. There must be a strategy that
Oh,
she's
yeah.
doing that, like, oh, I just haven't got the playbook for that yet. Y'all, it's like 95% energy and inner work.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything is figure outable.
Yeah.
Like that 5%. Do I have a great strategy for enrolling people into the Pause Breathwork Facilitate program? 100%, but I can tell you it in 30 seconds how we do it.
And the strategy works because you believe in it.
I believe in the strategy and I'm embodied, and it's my energy that's in the strategy every single touch point. Boom.
Yeah, I say the same thing.
Yeah.
The action matters very little.
It's
Yeah.
wild, It's wild.
I love that. Okay, so let's go into some juicy conversation
Okay.
about men.
About boys.
Okay. So if you aren't following Samantha, go follow her on Instagram and you'll be able to scroll back and see pictures of her wedding and her attracting her divine partner, masculine man. So tell me about this, I mean, yeah. I just want to know the details.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
You got emotional yesterday by the pool describing
I
him.
did. I was like talking about him and I cried because I just think he's like gonna cry again. He's such a good person. Like he's just I told you yesterday, he's like one of the best people I've ever met. I've never heard him talk down about anything, anyone, ever. I've never heard him say anything negative, ever. It's wild. His words are pristine. His words are impeccable. He is the greatest leader to his employees. He's the greatest son, brother, husband, obviously. He's just an amazing man. And I almost let him get away.
Yeah, we were talking about this because I said I'm noticing myself sabotaging a relationship. And, my friend said, Danielle, I think it's just healthy. It's like no drama, no need to sabotage it.
Yes.
So tell me your story.
Yes.
Did you almost let him get away?
Well, let me tell you before I met him. So my history with dating men has been very fireworky right away. It's like the fireworks, the chemistry, the emotional unavailability. Like, are you going to text me back? Do you love me? Do you not? It was very much like zero somatic safety, but all charged, right? Which made for some great sex, some great all the things, but zero safety, And I have so much respect and appreciation for all the men I dated before Eric, and I do adore them and I do love them. It was just different, right? And so when I met Eric, he was present. He was calm. He was sturdy. He was a protector, provider. He was just clear. He's like, I know that you're my person. So whatever you need to do, whoever you need to date to get it out of your system, go do that, and I'm going to wait right here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did you meet him?
So he wrote a list of everything that he wanted in a woman. He called it his dream queen list. So he wrote out this list, and someone that I knew read his list because he was showing people whatever. And she goes, I know exactly who that is, but there's two things on this list that are definitely not her.
Okay.
And the two things on the list for she's a blonde.
Okay.
And she's not an entrepreneur.
He didn't want an entrepreneur.
He didn't want an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And he didn't want anyone he didn't want a brunette. Okay. Apparently. He admits it now. He's like, that was just the shallow part of him. But anyways. But everything else was 10 out of 10 match. And so my girlfriend messaged me. She's like, hey, are you still dating that guy? And I was like, we actually just broke up. She's like, do you want me to connect you with this guy? And I'm like, dude, my heart is so broken and shattered. I'm like, I'm going to Bali on Friday. I don't think so. She goes, just go on one date before you go to Bali with him. I think you're really going to like him. I'm like, okay. So we went on a date on the Thursday. I was leaving to go to Bali to write my last book for 6 weeks. And we had this date, and I was like, this man is amazing. He's everything that I have on my list. My soul is like, this is the one. But there was that part of me that's but it's simple and it's easy and calm. And my nervous system was like, I don't understand. It does not confuse.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was used to chasing fireworks and getting burned.
Yeah.
And he was just stable. And so I spun in that for months, where like my soul was like, girl, this is the one. And all of my friends that met him, they're like, are you crazy? Like, this is the dream. He's the dream guy for you. But because it didn't have that electric chemistry right away, I almost let him go. So he gave me permission to go date other people, so I did. It was the year that I was doing the Tony Robbins Platinum Partnership. So I was traveling the world. I was going to Amsterdam and Whistler and Hawaii and all these different places with all these different people. And I was dating all these. And in the back of my mind, I was like, all of this is not real. Like, this love that I have back home waiting for me is real. And so he waited for me. And I came home and I was like, okay, I'm ready for this now.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And what's interesting is like the electricity and the chemistry is so potent now, but it's on a bedrock of safety and commitment. And that is something I wish for every woman, because it's possible.
Yeah.
Before, it was sort of like empty calories, you know, with my other ones. I was like, the sex is so good, but like, do you love me?
Yeah.
Or like, are we doing this? You know what I mean? And so to have someone who just knows what he wants, that man knows what he wants. And to this day, you know, he's just like, we're doing this. This is what we're doing. Like, he's masculine. He's a leader. He just takes action. He just directs our family, you know? It's amazing. It's amazing. So
Beautiful.
yeah. Yeah. So don't run away. Yeah. If you're listening, man, I'll make her stay. Okay.
I love it.
Because it's not boring. It's safe, right? This is what healthy love feels like. My parents got a divorce when I was 3 years old. And so my nervous system got a little rocked during those early years. And the feeling of like emotional unavailability was quite familiar. And so that's what I chased, because it's familiar.
Yeah.
Until I had to really rewire it. And the mantra that I had during those phases, those first couple months when I was rewiring my nervous system with Eric, is it's safe to stay. It's safe to stay. Because it actually felt quite unsafe to be in safe love.
And safe to be seen.
It's safe to be seen.
And safe to be like held and protected, and allowing someone else to do it.
Yeah.
You know, to protect you.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to have it all figured out. Yeah.
100%. You know, I've been working since I was 12. Crazy.
What did you do?
I worked at a little shop called the Midnight Fairy at 12 years old, and I ran little kids' birthday parties at 12 years old. I would dress up as a fairy, and I would just like run the birthday parties.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And then I taught dance for years, and then when I was 14, 15, I was like hostessing before I was even allowed to work. And then I was waitressing. Like, I've just like provided for myself. And like, you know, I come from a family of athletes and entrepreneurs. So
Pretty,
you know, like,
combo, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you know, my stepdad was always, you know, drilling into me, like, you have to work hard. You have to work hard. Like, you know, it's funny now, like, he's done a lot of like therapy and gone to like some retreats with my mom recently. And like, he'll come over and he'll be like, I'm so sorry I was so hard on you. You know, I'm so sorry that I put so much pressure on you to succeed and achieve. And I think the early years of being an entrepreneur, I did it from a place of proving myself and hustling. And that's why when I started Pause, I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, God, if you want this mission to come through me, I'm only doing it in a way that feels so good for my soul, or else I'm just not doing it. I'll go work at State Farm Insurance. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
I don't have a choice, but I worked like a manifesting. I worked like a freaking. So it's so interesting to see my dad be like, you're loved no matter what. You don't have to succeed. You don't. I'm like, well, we already succeeded, Dad. So something was good in there.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, like, I mean, also, I believe that you chose those parents, you know, in the whole situation, and to instill certain things, even though the messaging may have been a little like off. It's like it also served.
I believe that. And when he said, I'm sorry, I said, I like accept that. And like, I'm also grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful space to be.
Yeah. Like he like, there's no participation awards in our family. You either win or you lose, you know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Amazing also that you come from a family of entrepreneurs plus athletes. Like, that is such a crazy combo. And then you marry someone that doesn't want an entrepreneur.
I know, it's wild, right?
So ingrained.
It's so wild.
You are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What was his reasoning for not wanting an entrepreneur? The overworking?
Yeah, the overworking. He loves family. He loves our home being full of just like people and yummy food, and he loves he loves feminine energy. And that's like one of the things that we really get to like work on our relationship, is me feeling safe enough to fully be in my feminine
Yeah.
and him really being in his masculine. He just loves that. He thrives off of it. Like when I'm really practicing my feminine energy and I'm really like there, I can just see his energy just. And then the second I'm a little bit in my alpha, he's like, whoa. So he desires that. But we hired each other, you know? Annie Lala says this, you guys hire each other. You hire each other for this. So he hired me. It's so funny.
Yeah.
To teach me what real feminine embodiment looks like in relationships. And I hired him to really help my nervous system heal and trust the masculine.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful dance. And it's, you know, people look at our relationship and they're like, you guys are so lucky. I'm like, we're not. Like, it takes work.
Yeah.
You know, like we have things that we do that are non-negotiables that we do every week. Thursday nights, our date night, we don't mess with that. You know, no matter what's going on, unless I'm traveling or he's traveling, obviously.
Yeah.
But like Thursday nights are date night. Sunday, we have a coffee date. So we take an hour, we go to a coffee shop that we haven't been to before or one that we really love. And we go through this like 7-point agenda where we talk about our relationship. We start with appreciations for each other and just like really fill each other up. Then we go into some challenges or opportunities for growth. Then we go into sex and intimacy, like what's working well, what's not working well, how can we deepen. Then we go into travel and adventure. And then we go into like our goals and our visions and that. And then we go into doing like a health check, because health is such a big value of ours. Like, how are we doing? How can we improve our health? And it's just a beautiful way for us to just reconnect. And yep, we work it. It's not a free ride, but
Yeah.
it's beautiful and it's worth it.
And that's what I believe conscious relationships are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's talking about the hard stuff, and it's moving through those crunchy bits when, you know.
And recognizing when the other person is going into old habits or old programming, and being willing to call the other person out and holding space.
Yeah,
for that
100%.
healing. Yeah.
100%.
It's so exciting. I find it like very juicy to
It
be
is
in a
exciting.
relationship like that,
Yeah.
and being willing to move through, and like nothing's wrong here. Like
Nothing's wrong.
this is why we called each other.
You know, I actually learned that from him, of making the assumption that everything is perfect and we're just building on perfection.
Yeah.
You know, we're building on enoughness. We're building on nothing's wrong, right? So it's like this relationship is perfect and it's enough and it's beautiful and it's amazing, and we're just building on it. We're not coming from lack,
Yeah.
right? And we can do that with everything that changes the energy, right? It's like, look at your business. Like some people look at their business, they're like, oh my God, what is that? And they're operating from a lack. But what if we look at it and you go, wow, this thing is actually perfect. Like, look at these systems that are built. Look at these people that are here. Look at these products. Look at this. Look at, you know, look at me. Look at, like, and just assume that it's enough. Assume that it's perfect. And then from that stability and from that divine perfection, we just get to build. Yeah.
And change, course correct.
Yeah.
But not from a place of it being wrong.
Right. Right. Because businesses change, people change, products, everything will change always around you. But the heart is the same. The mission is the same. What we're doing is you know?
Yeah.
And so if we need to pivot, like I've had to pivot multiple times in the last 15 years as an entrepreneur. Market changes, people changes, product changes, I change. Things that used to work really well just don't work anymore. I mean, it's happening right now in my business, right? Like we used to do live webinars to bring people into our certifications. Those aren't working as well anymore. I'm like, cool, pivot. Let's do something else. But that's just what it is. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean anything other than things are changing. Let's pivot.
Or what you make it mean.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I think one of the biggest things that I learned from Tony Robbins, working with him for so long, is state, story, strategy, right? It's like the most important thing is our state.
Yeah.
We would call it energy, right? The most important thing is our state. Our state then informs the stories that we tell ourselves every single day. And then our strategy is all dependent on the story. So if we go strategy and our story and our state is shitty, it's not going to work no matter how good that strategy. You could have a strategy.
How hard or how long you work.
Totally. Like, come on, let's push the strategy. It's like, but the story and the state are just, the energetics are kinked.
Yeah.
I've got to go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Energy first.
Energy first, baby. That's the way it is.
So one last question before I go into the rapid fire.
Oh, I love rapid fire.
Okay, before we do that though.
Okay.
So masculine and feminine energy in your relationship. You're an entrepreneur, and naturally, I would think that you am embodying both masculine and feminine in your business.
Mhm.
Is there some kind of practice or something you do? You've been at work now for a few hours and you're
Yeah.
coming home, or you're
Yeah.
leaving your office to join
Mhm.
your husband.
Yeah. So we have a strict 5:30 rule in our house.
Love that.
Yeah. So 5:30, no matter what, pods could be burning down.
Yeah.
It's off. And we call it wild mode, which is something that Eric created, which is basically you take your phone, you put it in a box, you lock it up. And we shift our home at 5:30. So our phones go in the box. The office doors get locked because we both work from home. We put music on. We love records, so we like put a record on. So whether it's like Leon Bridges or Adele or whatever, and we light all the candles. We put our fireplace on. We light some incense. I change out of whatever I'm wearing. So I'm on camera all day long, so typically I wear something like this, right?
Yeah.
I'll change into like my like nice cozy, comfy like loungewear vibes, and we transition and we shift the energy.
Yeah. Consciously, very
Consciously.
consciously.
I've recently
It's
become
like ritual.
it's ritualistic.
yeah,
Exactly. It's
ceremony.
ritualistic. I've recently
Mhm.
become so committed to healing my relationship with time. Came up a little bit earlier in this conversation, but being ADHD and just like hyper creative, I have extreme time blindness.
Okay.
So I'd be like, what do you mean? It's like 9:30 at night. Like back in the day, I'm like,
Yeah.
just one more email,
Yeah.
you know? And he was the one that put these boundaries in place for us
Good.
to have balance.
Amazing.
So 5:30, non-negotiable. My whole team knows you literally cannot get a hold of me after 5:30.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I'm not available again until the following day at 9. So what that allows us is from like 5:30 to 9:30 or 5:30 to 9, we have that block where it's recharge, reconnection, me deeply in my feminine, him in his masculine, us creating, cooking, doing pottery, going for a sunset surf, going for a long walk, a hike, a bike, whatever it is. But it's our opportunity to just reconnect that polarity
Yeah.
and just allow ourselves to get there. Because I'll be honest, like we run 4 businesses between the two of us under one roof.
Mhm.
You know, if I don't consciously make the decision to down regulate into my feminine, we could just have like a dick swinging contest.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And our egos could just be like this, and he hates that. And so like the greatest gift that I can give to him is for me to consciously shut down at 5:30 and change, like get into my, and it also was deeply serving for my business.
I was just going to ask, have
Yeah.
you noticed a difference? Because, yeah, that's,
Like, so I can be a workaholic.
yeah, same.
Right? I can be a workaholic. I love what I do, but also there's probably some distortion in that as well. Again, I got trauma too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's like this part of me is like, I need to get it done. I need to get it done. I need to do this and this and this. And so really being with myself and going like, your value is not in what you do. Your value is in who you are.
Yeah.
Especially as a projector. I'm not meant to do all the things. Right. So that's been this like radical rewiring of like everything that I knew. Because my last company, when I shut my last company down, we were doing 2.7 million at a 43% profit margin, and I shut it down. I didn't sell it. I just shut it down. I was like, I'm done. We're done here. And it was because I was working from that energy.
Yeah.
And so my work in this life is healing that part of me and really realizing that my worth comes from my beingness and not the things that I do. And that's been radical.
What a gift to attract Eric, who
Yeah.
now that boundary's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, seriously. He put guardrails up for me, you know? And it's been so amazing, not only for our relationship, but for our balance, but it has been so amazing for pause, because when I have that pause, no pun intended, from 5:30 to whatever, the 9 the next morning, I'm coming back to my team as a better version of me. You know, I remember the nights where I'd be like working till 11 o'clock at night, proving my worth. And some of my team members, because they're so freaking committed, they'd be like responding at that time. I'm like, this is not cool.
Yeah.
This is not right.
Yeah.
You know? And so by me setting the example of honoring my time and honoring my energy, I give my team that permission too, and they get to follow by example. And it never used to be like that, and it is now. And our company has never felt so smooth.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for being that example. Good. One question before we wrap about, I know I said the last one was the last one, and this one might take a few minutes to answer. So perhaps I need you back on that.
Round two.
So with money, because you mentioned your last company that you just shut down, and you are on the Mystic Millionaire podcast. We talk a lot about money. And one of the conversations that I've been having behind the scenes with a lot of successful women entrepreneurs, it's been about money and their companies earning more money than their husbands, their situation. But I would love to hear how you deal with money in your home, because clearly your business is successful. And I believe that money is one of the ways a masculine can provide, but this conversation is really relevant as more women step into their power and become millionaires, billionaires, using energetics.
Yeah.
Exactly what we're talking about here. And that the masculine can provide in a different way. It doesn't say that they can't make the money. What does that mean?
So I freaking love this conversation. So when Eric and I first started dating, I was making way more money than him, and my net worth was way more. And I knew I wanted I knew I wanted my financial equal.
Yeah.
And he wasn't there yet. And that was one of the things I'm like, maybe not. And what's been so incredible is me just holding that vision of me being like, you are a high worth, you can literally do anything. And at the time, he was working in a business that he wasn't aligned with. This was probably like 4 years ago now. He was working in a business he wasn't aligned with. And he just was burnt out. He was hating it. He gained like 30 pounds. I could see it in his face. I could see it in his eyes. I could just see it in his energy. He just was not into it. And he had this vision, he had this dream to buy hotels in mountain towns and turn them into these incredible, glorious 5-star mountain escapes that help people get off their phone. That's his whole mission, is healing phone addiction through Airbnb experiences.
Does he have one in Kelowna? Because I'm about to
No,
go
but
there. Okay,
that's like,
I don't know where to stay in Kelowna.
I love that you said Kelowna, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that we're definitely going to open up in Kelowna.
Okay.
So he was doing this business that was making decent money, but it wasn't his dream. And what his dream was to do what he's doing now. And so I just said to him, I was like, just quit. Just like I did, right?
Yeah.
Like burn it down. Like let it go. Let it go. The thing that you're going to make the most amount of money when you do what your soul wants to do. That's not what your soul wants to do. I know it. I see it every single day in your face, in your eyes, in your energy, and now on your body because you're gaining weight. I can see it. And I was like, who cares? He's like, well, how am I going to make money? I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. You know, I'm like, if I need to cover us for a couple months, we'll figure it out. And he did. And he completely shifted what he was doing. He opened what is now called Free Wild, where they buy hotels in mountain towns and turn them into these insane Airbnb experiences designed to help people get off their phones, reconnect to nature. And now he's making more money than me.
Okay, so this is the conversation that I'm having with women. And I think our role is that, and I was getting goosebumps, is we have an understanding and and then we can become the muse.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. Like God gave me wealth codes and I'm clear about that.
Yeah.
Like money's never been an issue for me. It's always, I could like fart and make $1 million. Like it's never been an issue for me.
Yeah. Amazing.
Haven't tried that yet, but like maybe one day.
Breath in a different way.
Exactly. Yeah. Breath out of the butt. It's this new certification course. Opt in now. Money's just been easy for me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it has. I just have had this like deep belief. Like my dad said, like one of the things that my dad said is like, you are compensated by the service that you provide to the world. Yes, exactly. He's like, as long as you're providing value and service, you're never going to go broke. You're never going to worry about money. That's stuck in me. Like that's in me. And I have very high standards for the service that I give my clients. And so I'm always over delivering and giving them a world-class experience. So because of that divine law of compensation, money's never been a thing. So when Eric and I started dating, that wasn't his story. He comes from the harder you work, the more money you make, blue collar, grew up in Jersey, like, you know, hardworking family. Like they work hard, like amazing people work hard. but he didn't have the wealth codes that I did and the energy around it that I did.
Mhm.
And, I'm doing my Wayne Dyer manifestation meditations every single morning, like with sound. And he's like, what the hell? I'm like, babe, this shit works. I promise you. And now, like, he's flying. Like, he said to me, like, we're going to have kids soon. And he's like, hey, just so you know, like, when we have kids, like, you don't have to work if you don't want to. Like, that was a wild day for me. I'm like, wow. Like,
Amazing.
we'll see what happens when I have
Yeah.
kids. I don't know what that's going to be like.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah.
14.
14. Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know what that journey is going to be like. I think it's going to be a good time, but we'll see. So I think I do feel like women in many ways are the leaders of our relationships in certain domains. And I do feel like wealth gets to be one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the idea of empowering the men and being their muse so that they can remember
Mm.
who they are
Yeah.
and have it come through them.
And it's done in a feminine way. I think that's the nuance I want to make here is like, there's some bodies of thought that it was like, if women are like hardworking and controlling and all of that kind of stuff, they take away the financial power, where that's a body of thought. But what I'm naming here is not that. It's
Yeah.
a permissioning of worth and value.
And it feels like reverence for the man and
Yes.
respect.
Yes.
And like, yeah.
Like when I said to Eric that one day, just stop doing this and pivot. Like, I believed in every part of my body, like, you're going to crush it. There was no part of me that was like, oh no, what are we going to do? I was like, I know what your soul's all about.
Yeah.
And I know when you align your soul with what you're here to do, you can't not create wealth and value. You can't not.
Yeah.
And I think like so much of the work that I love doing with women is like just getting them into that place of like connecting to the thing that like really freaking lights them up and matters. Because when we're there, it's endless.
Yeah.
The flow of energy is
You
just
do have
endless.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Unstoppable.
Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you.
So 3 questions.
Okay. Rapid fire. My favorite part.
First question, abundance in 1 word. Go.
Juicy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question, since you're on the Mystic Millionaire podcast, do you 1 non-negotiable indulgence, anything that you invest in or do to keep you in a prosperous, abundant mindset or energy?
Oh. Just one? Oh my gosh. Flying first class. I travel a lot. And flying first class is just the best.
Yeah.
It's just the best. I remember when I was making $30,000 a year, walking all the way back to 24D. And I used to look in the faces of the people who were sitting in first class. And I'm like, I'm so excited. So excited to do that.
Yeah.
So that feels really special.
Agreed. And once you've done it,
Yeah.
there's no way that you can go to the back.
Oh,
It's
no.
not.
One of my mentors says, front of the plane, back of the car. Yeah.
Yeah. Proctor.
Front of the plane, back of the car.
Back of the car.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So do you get black Ubers when you come, or drivers? Yeah, same.
Yeah.
That's a non-negotiable for me as
Yeah.
well.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
And it's more because of the pleasure of it and the deserving of it, because I'm human, I don't want
It's
not
spiritual for me.
Same.
Like, it's a spiritual experience. Staying at a bougie hotel where there's just luxury. I mean, the proper hotel in Austin where we're at now is stunning, right? Luxury, the service is amazing. My energetic field just goes, right? It's like the difference walking in Whole Foods
Yeah.
or Vaughn's.
Yeah.
It's a different experience. It does feel spiritual. And I do feel like God put wealth on this planet for us to experience it. And then he gave us the intelligence to unlock the wealth to attract it. why not play that game?
And if abundance is your birthright and your natural state,
But then bring it.
Yeah.
The only thing stopping it is our beliefs and our trauma and the crap that's getting in the way.
Yeah.
But it's like, especially, okay, so I went to the bougiest spa in San Diego a few weeks ago. So I do this, I take myself on like solo spa dates, probably like once every 60 days. And I'm there having this massage, and it's one of those days where I just feel so good. And as I was having this massage, I was lying face down. She was putting the essential oils on me. I could feel like the fireplace, like my feet were being warmed by the fireplace. And I had this moment of like, I get to have this experience because of the work that I'm putting out in the world. I am changing lives. And then the abundance is like coming into my world. And then I get to give myself these experiences that replenish my energy even more, increase my energy even more, so I can do even more of that work. And it's this like reciprocal replenishment that gets to happen. And we are worthy of that. We're worthy of that bougie $300 massage.
Yeah.
We're worthy of whatever, jewelry thing that you want to buy. We're worthy of the first class. We're worthy of having a stylist or a private. Everyone is worthy of that. No one is not worthy of that. And so the work is the clarity and just searching in our soul to like extrapolate the thing, then the value that we're here to share, and just going for it.
Boom.
Boom town.
Thank you. Okay, last question.
Okay.
You have one book, only one book that you can read for the rest of your life.
Oh,
What book?
The Complete Works by Florence Scovel Shinn.
Oh, yeah. The Game of Life.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like one of the first books that I read that really made me go, because money's always been easy for me, but it really made me go, oh, wait a second. This level of wealth is even easier.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you, Samantha.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful.